Hello and welcome to another anime lore and theory video. I'm Shergok, your host, and today we are going to take a closer look at the fight against Sheltier and why Ainz Ooal Gown assumed that players were behind the attack on her. But before we are going to take a closer look at any of this, let me quickly thank my patrons for supporting this channel, as well as say thanks to all users of the YouTube Thanks function for making one-time donations. And with that said, let's get to the topic at hand. Ainz Ooal Gown has already begun to fight against imaginary enemies just a few days after arriving in the New World and establish himself as the undisputed ruler of Nezarec, or rather being established as such by his subordinates. Specifically, he started fighting against the supposed players who had lured and attacked Sheltier into an ambush. Not a good sign for an upcoming tyrant to battling imaginary enemies this soon. Still, the question arises, why did Ainz come up with the idea that there were other hostile players or even a whole hostile guild targeting him and the Great Tomb of Nezarec? And what are the reasons behind it? And the first answer to this lies in the type of guild Ainz Ooal Gown was. Ainz Ooal Gown was known for two things. Firstly, it was a player-killer guild, a guild that intentionally attacked and eliminated other human players to obtain their items, or simply for fun. For example, Lord Nishikian Rai took almost a gleeful pleasure in ambushing other players and incapacitating them with a single blow, or at least causing maximum damage, before looting the items. And Ainz Ooal Gown is also well and truly after as much loot as he can get. And this has now led Ainz to realize that many players who might have arrived in the New World could now also be very hostile towards him. Based on what has happened in the game, they might seek revenge. Secondly, Ainz Ooal Gown was a guild of heteromorphic players who had heteromorph avatars, and now found themselves in the New World as them. And heteromorph players were often attacked and hunted in the world of Yggdrasil Online, both because it was part of the leveling up quest for many human players, and because human avatars were far more popular, leading to a power imbalance and a certain prejudice against people who choose to play heteromorphs. Additionally, Ainz Ooal Gown members were said to truly embody their monstrous appearance that the avatars have. Something that Ulbert in particular wanted to do, just for in-game role-playing purposes of course, but he acted the part of the monster at the end. So therefore, in the New World, this became another potential reason and motive for potential attackers. Strike first, take out the monster, or watch the monster grow ever more powerful and ultimately attack and take you out. So basically evolve. Does anybody remember this game? No? Okay. And the third reason is that Sheltier was not attacked by something normal, not even by a powerful guild item, but rather by a world item. And there were only 200 of these items in the game of Yggdrasil Online in total. And they were so rare and valuable that every player wanted them. And therefore these items could only have been brought to the New World and used by players, with of course exceptions like Inferior, who could use any item in the world existing, but this was a very unlikely scenario, because owning such a valuable item accidentally would leave you not owning it for very long, let alone using it against Sheltier Bloodfallen. All of this would be way too much of a coincidence to be actually likely. So in conclusion, Ainz initially had a point in assuming that there were players who attacked Sheltier Bloodfallen, and while it was merely a coincidence that Sheltier crossed paths with the Black Scripture, the item originated from the 6 players who had founded the Theocracy of Slain 600 years ago, and they probably would not have been pleased with Nezarec in the neighborhood either if they were still around. So therefore, although Ainz was partially mistaken, as a leader he could not simply dismiss the possibility that a hostile guild stood behind the incident with Sheltier, and that the guild was leading a campaign against Nezarec, This caused Ainz, who is famously cautious, to be very afraid of this new threat he did not initially see coming. In other words, he did not even consider that it could all have been a huge misunderstanding and mistake, or a coincidence. And when Demiurge directly suggested that the attack could have been a coincidence, something Ainz had not previously thought of, Ainz, instinctively to save face, denied that such a thing is possible, and answered that he had ruled this possibility out already. Again, he only said this to maintain his position as the ruler of Nazarick, without appearing foolish or incompetent. And this leads us to the underlying narrative shown here, which criticizes a part of Japanese culture where respect for authority, such as for a manager or boss, is not only seen as extremely important, but has taken such extreme forms that no one wants to tell the boss when he is wrong, to avoid standing out negatively from the group, and thereby questioning the social hierarchy, thus risking personal scrutiny and exclusion in both the social and professional term. The anime and the novels of Overlord critique this system's weakness and suggest that instead of demanding a radical change, the solution lies, as shown in the anime, that people lower in the social hierarchy, so the employees, should be allowed and encouraged to show initiative and point out mistakes, propose ideas, or alert the boss to errors that could harm the group's well-being, even without being explicitly asked, and even if it is the boss that needs to hear the error of his ways. So, this way, mistakes can be noticed and corrected before they can seriously threaten the common good and the group as a whole. And again, this is a very interesting subtext. And also, this is all for today. And now it's your turn. What do you think about the video of Ainz Ooal Gown's mistakes and the wide implication and the subtext that the Overlord series provides? Let me know it down in the comment section. And while you type, I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Arder Daddy Arder, ASK, Bad Guy Ye, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dad Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Din Pep, Dragonlord Placido Saxophone, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Ferachivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Moreno, Hoss, Hustar, Jacob G, Jana B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Loverazor, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, oh hell no, Normal Toad, O'Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pentum, Personage, Rhinomere, Cune Caracos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Sir Axolotl, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, the Orc Warboss, Rocket Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, Zinukai, and Zonegon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon under my next video.